Hello students, welcome to this class. Today I will discuss a potential due to a solid sphere charge distribution. Uniform solid spherical charge distribution, that is charge is distributed throughout the volume of the sphere, not on the surface. Here we are applying the result from potential due to shell charge distribution. So let us see what is potential due to shell charge distribution. This is the potential due to shell charge distribution. Outside the shell, the potential is q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r, this one. And on the surface of the shell, it is q by 4 pi epsilon 0 capital R. And inside the shell, it is a constant and it is equal to the potential at the surface, which is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r. And this is the graph of intensity. We have derived this using Gauss's theorem, and we have seen that using Gauss's theorem we can prove that inside intensity is equal to 0 and outside it behaves like a point charge q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Now consider a point which is on the surface or outside the spherical volume charge distribution r greater than or equal to r. In this case, we are using the result from the potential for a shell. We can divide the total volume of the sphere into so many thin shells, and these are the shells. Suppose q1 is the charge contained in the first shell, q2 is the charge contained in the second shell, and so on. And as far as these shells are concerned, the point p is outside the shell. So we can use the potential outside the shell, which is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r. So due to first shell, potential is q1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 r. Due to second shell, the potential is q2 by 4 pi epsilon 0 r. So since potential is a scalar quantity, we can simply add all the quantities to get the total potential. So this is the total potential, and if you add all the q1, q2, q3, etc., then we will get the total charge, which is equal to q. So that I have written here. So this is the potential due to uniform volume charge distribution outside the charge distribution. So that is the same as that of a point charge situated at the origin. And so this is the potential due to a point charge. We are getting the similar result. And the intensity also you can calculate in a similar manner, and we get a intensity due to a point charge, which is in vector form. It is given by q pi 4 pi epsilon 0 r square into r cap. Now potential inside the sphere, that is a little involved calculation that I will discuss now. So here we have got a volume charge distribution. So it is better to consider a quantity called charge density, which is a charge per unit volume. So if total charge is q, then it is distributed over a volume 4 by 3 pi r cube. So charge per unit volume will be charge by volume. So q by 4 by 3 pi r cube, that is the rho, charge density or charge per unit volume. Now this is the situation. We are considering a point r which is smaller than capital R, and we have to determine the potential at a p and intensity at a p. To calculate that, we divide the potential at a p into two. One is V1 and the other is V2. And what is V1? V1 is the potential due to charges within the sphere of radius r. So we consider a sphere of radius small r, and so this point P is just on the surface of the volume charge distribution having radius small r. So that is suppose that potential is V1, and the other is potential due to remaining part of the sphere. So there are charges between small r and capital R. That is, in this region we have got so many charges. So there can be potential due to all those charges at P, that we will separately calculate and add. So that is written here. So V1 is the potential due to charges within the sphere of radius R, that we can easily calculate. V2 is the potential due to charges in the remaining part of the sphere. That is in this part. So V1 we can easily calculate. V1 is potential due to V1 is potential due to charges contained within the radius r. So P is a point on the surface. So the potential will be Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r, where Q is the charges contained within r, that we can calculate using charge density. Charge density is rho. So volume into density will be the total charge. So volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube into density. So that is the total charge Q. So Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r. So if we simplify that, we will get this result. Now in order to calculate V2, we consider a thin spherical shell of radius x and thickness dx, and we will calculate the potential due to shell at P, and the potential due to a shell charge distribution inside the shell will be a constant, and that is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 x. We have seen that potential due to a shell inside is a constant, and that is the potential at the surface. Potential at the surface is Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 capital R. So here we have surface. Here we have surface having radius x. Actually x plus dx, but we are taking the limit dx tending to 0. So potential at the surface x will be Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 x, where Q is the charge contained within the shell. This is the shell. So within the shell, how much charges? For that, let us find the volume of the shell. Volume of the shell is area into thickness. So this is the thickness, and area of the sphere into thickness will be the volume of this thin shell. Volume contained between x and x plus dx, or volume contained within this thickness. So that is 4 pi x square dx, because 4 pi x square is the total surface area of the sphere, that into dx will be the volume. So 4 pi x square dx, that is the volume. So charge contained in that will be 4 pi x square dx rho. So you can see that here 4 pi x square dx rho divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 x, that is the potential at the surface of x. That we can write as some dV2, the potential due to that thin shell. So that you can simplify, you can check this expression. So total potential due to all the charges between r and between small r and capital R will be obtained by integrating from small r to capital R. So small r to capital R. So that expression is integrated. Constants we have taken outside. So integral of x dx is x square by 2, that is written there. So that is simplified. This calculation you can check. If any, in case of doubt, you can call me or WhatsApp me. So if you substitute for again rho also, you can substitute for rho. Rho I have defined here, because rho is a quantity which we have defined. In the original problem it will be Q. Q will be given and R will be given. You are asked to determine potential and intensity at various points. So that is the potential, and potential depends on small r also. Now intensity calculation. Intensity is the negative gradient of potential. So negative gradient we will take. So these constants we can take outside, and del of this is a function of r. So del of function of r, there is a formula for del of function of r, that is d by dr of this into r cap. So del of function of r is df by dr into r cap. So you simply take df by dr, then you will get a derivative of this 3r square will be 0, and derivative of minus r square will be minus 2r. So minus minus will cancel. So you will get a qr by 4 pi epsilon 0 r cubed into r cap. So intensity is proportional to r. Actually, from Gauss's theorem also we are getting a similar relation. You can verify that by referring to the previous notes. So here I have drawn the graph. Intensity graph you are already familiar, because you have studied that using Gauss's theorem. So from 0 to r, the intensity increases linearly proportional to r. See here, you can see that it is proportional to r. Thereafter it decreases just as in the case of a point charge, 4 pi epsilon 0 r square, q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square, that is this one. And potential also, potential is this at the surface, it is q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r, and at the origin it will be, you can see this potential at the origin is small r equal to 0, that is 3 by 2 this r square and r cube. You can cancel that, and you will get a r in the denominator, that is 3 by 2 of q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r. 3 by 2 means 1 and a half. So 1 and a half, 1 and a half of this value. So this is 1, and half also you have to add. So you will get 3 by 2 q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r.